Howdy and welcome back. We are playing Lords of Ragnarok. If you would like to see the first play along with the tutorial on how to play, I'll put that card right up here. Otherwise, we are continuing our playthrough. I will teach whatever is left over, but I'm going to try to just keep moving so we can have a good time with this game. And you can also see, is it a game? That's for you. Don't worry, we're going to do final thoughts when I finish the game. So, where we left off, we finished the how to play, setup, and all that stuff, and we got through Surtur's followers, that's the AI opponent's first turn, as well as my first turn. So the war for Midgard, Asgard, one of those, I think it's Midgard, is on. And right now, we can't really see whether one is winning or the other. Beowulf had a pretty epic battle against one of the monsters. Who did he go against? I think he went against Hattie and Skull. Yes, no, he won against the troll. He won against the troll, but he did not defeat the troll monster. If he does, then he can go to fight the boss, Loki, right after. If he beats the boss, he wins the game. As a quick reminder, the different ways to win the game is you defeat the boss, that's one. The other is you control 4 temples. In a 2-player game, actually, it's 3 temples, and solo means 2-player rules. Also, you can win by controlling 3 lands. Each land has like 3 regions. That's what I'm trying to do. It's not looking like I'm going to get there. And the other is if we don't meet any of those, Ragnarok, the winter storm, is coming no matter what. If we complete enough objectives, Ragnarok is going to be forced upon us, and we will have to fight for the territories surrounding Yggdrasil right here to see who wins. All right, let's go straight into our followers' turn. They get to go first, and we've got our little cheat card that I have to use every single time. Here we go. Sending a priest. Let's see what Surtur has. So Surtur is, the follower, is Beowulf, and they do have 1 priest, as we can see on their board there. So we need to place their priest on a monument. We do that based on their preference. Their card tells us their preference. They prefer, they prefer might. So we're going to place a priest on the might monument, which is going to be Thor. We would not do that, correct me if I'm wrong on this, if might was more than 1 space above any other attribute. So let's say 3 is still only 1 above, so it would have to be all the way up here, more than 1 above the other attribute, in this case wisdom. Then I would place the priest on the lowest attribute, which in this case would be authority, which is Odin's monument. So might was down there, correct? Yeah, at 2. So we're going to place this priest on to Thor. Boom, boom. They go into that slot, and we get the bonus, a base +1 might. So we take might up 1, and that's all they get. They don't get any other benefit. If the monument starts getting built, they're going to get extra effects as is shown on the card. All right, we're going to pick a rune in a region with his hero or in an adjacent region. That rule only applies to the AI opponent, and he is not adjacent to any runes. There are no available runes, so we skip that. Now, place the hero in the region indicated at the by the selection card. So first, we have to roll the dice. Goodbye, player cards. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, 1. What that means is we're going to place a 1. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. If we had rolled a 2, we'd put it there. 3, we'd put it there. So this is the card that's going to be determining what we're doing. All right, so the hero moves to the smaller one on the right in a 2-player game, which is 6. Beowulf. All right, he launches in the air from 5. Boom, right next door. Number 6. There's a shrine there. Could always build a temple. We'll see what happens. All right, now we do our rune action. Do we have any runes? No. Beowulf does not have any runes right now. They would be over here. If there are no runes, then what he does is he collects 1 rune, and we put it there. Doesn't matter what it is. All runes are wild for the follower. Boom, that was easy. Now we do our maneuvers. So we're going to advance our armies if they can invade an area. I went over the invade instructions in the tutorial. So let's just see what happens. I've got an army of 1. I've got an army of 2. This one can invade right here. And these are the only 2 armies we have. So because it's got a 2, it matches or exceeds the population value of this land. Invasion is complete. Easy. Maneuvers are done. This is going so smooth, I'm thinking I'm missing something. You have no idea how much time I spent learning this AI module, whatever you want to call it, mode. All right, special actions. He's going to do monster, but he can't because he's already done monster. So both the AI and myself, if we already have our disc, we cannot take that special action. So he can't do monsters, and the reason he would do monsters is because that's what's right here. It's monsters. Alrighty, alrighty, alrighty. So the next thing that he's going to do, it tells me on the special actions, would be priority. So if he can't do what he's assigned and he does priority, let's do that. Let's see, his priority is monsters, though. You'll see it on the card. His priority is monsters, so we can't do that either. So if we can't do that, what's he going to do? He's going to do prepare. He can do prepare. So he's going to put this on Niflheim. Is anybody allied with Niflheim? No. We would have our little control markers if we did. So nobody gets the benefit. And now he gets to do prepare. And I don't remember what he does there. So let's see here. If it has 6 or more runes and 8 combat cards, consider this action unavailable. Otherwise, it draws runes equal to its wisdom and 2 combat cards. Okay, so what does he have? He has a wisdom of 3. So he's going to draw 3 runes. Again, they're wild, so it doesn't really matter what we draw. 2 and 3. It says it draws runes equal to its wisdom and 2 combat cards, but it doesn't say that it exceeds his wisdom, so I'm leaving it there. Then he's going to get 2 more combat cards because he can have up to a total of 8, and right now he only has 1. So there we go. He's done his prepare special action, and now we do our cleanup. We resolve any bonus on the action card. If there was a bonus, it would be written here. There isn't one, so now we remove the dice, and we see the X. That means we remove this from the game. If it had a little recycle icon, then we would keep it in the game. We remove that from the game. We're going to slide our 2 cards to the left and draw our next on the right. We've got reinforce, prepare, and usurp. It's important for me now to pay attention because the follower is forced to build a monument if they cannot take a special action. So we know it can't do monsters or prepare. So fortunately, none of the... So if we get prepare, if we roll a 2, then he's going to be forced to build a monument. So in the next turn, if I roll a 2, he's going to be forced to build a monument. I want to be the one to build a monument. So I may actually be wise on this turn to build the monument before him so that I get the benefits. I think I'm going to have to do that instead of my special action. So let's go. Let's go to my turn. All right, here we go. My 3 cards. All right. Send a priest. I don't have any priests yet. I need to build a temple to get one. Pick a rune. My hero over here, Ragnar, is right there. There are no runes in my space. I would need to be 1 space over. The adjacency roll doesn't work. That's only for the AI opponent. Oh boy. So, do I get to do a rune action at least? Yes, I have 1 rune. But before we do that, let's do the hero. So I can heal the hero. I don't need to. I can move up to 2 regions, or I can move the Drakkar. The Drakkar is just if I need to move my armies, which right now I don't think is super crucial. If I'm trying to dominate, if I'm trying to win Jarl by dominating 3 lands before Ragnarok comes, then I've got to get 1 army big enough to move over here, or I can do a usurp if I can get my authority high enough. I think I just need to collect runes, so I'm going to move because he's not going to be in a battle yet. So I'm going to move right here. Boom. So in the next turn, I can pick a rune and hopefully still take a rune action. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, now what kind of rune do I have, though, for Ragnar? I've got this rune right here, which I can't use even if I moved 2 spaces somewhere. I don't think I could really do anything. All right, so I can use it to do a different rune action. I can't use it to build an alliance or do a monster or anything like that. So I can... Oh, I can't do anything with it. I can't. So I'm just going to save it for the next round. So I'm not getting a lot done this time, which kind of worries me this early on. All right, I get to do maneuvers by activating 1 army. So, man, oh man, oh man. What's my special ability? When in a land with Ragnar, my hero, when you attack, gain +1 battle value for each of your armies in that battle. That's going to be useful, but we're not going to be going into battle right now. And I'm in a different land, but that's okay for right now. So I'm going to have to increase an army's value, I believe, because I just can't take over. I can't take over anything. So we're going to go from 2 to 3. And that's that. Now I go to my special action. And to do that, I'm going to have to build a monument. So let's do this. Let's go to our build a monument card right here. A player, this is the first time, so I'm going to read through it. I'm not going to do this every time. A player may choose the build monument special action only if they have at least 1 control marker on the action wheel. That's Yggdrasil here, and I do have one. This is really early to do it, but look, Beowulf's already used monsters, which is his priority action, and prepare, which is his backup. So he may build the monument in the next turn, and I don't want that. Check the rec. So build the next level of a chosen monument. I don't want to build Thor because I don't want to help his priority, his preference toward might. I want to build up wisdom or authority. Authority is going to help me place a stronger army the first time. And wisdom is going to allow me to have more combat cards. So... Oh man, what do I want? What do you think? What would you pick? Either raise my authority or my wisdom. I think it's wisdom. So, and I think wisdom is his, not his lowest. So yeah. So here we go. We're gonna build up wisdom. Here we go, Freya. We're gonna put you in right there. Boom. So we've got the first level of Freya in. Check the Ragnarok requisites. Okay, we can do that. Where did I put them, though? Here. There's 5 of them. We have to check if they're met. If 3 are met, Ragnarok is triggered. 1 fully built monument. No, we're good. 3 built temples. Nope, we're good. 1 entire land controlled by a player. No. Thank goodness. So part of the game is trying to prevent Ragnarok from coming. A hero with an attribute value of 5 or more, nope. And 1 slain monster, thank goodness, no. Almost, but no. So we get to put that there. All right. Now, each player removes their priests from all monuments, okay? So, unfortunately, Beowulf gets his priest back. I don't have any priests. Each player removes their control markers. Cool. Just from the Yggdrasil wheel, not from anywhere else. There we go. So the wheel starts anew, and I believe we get to recharge artifact cards Neither of us have our artifact cards, so we don't have to recharge that. Refresh the forges on the board. I can do that. Let's see, we've got a forge right here to refresh, which isn't good because Beowulf will get to pick that in the next time, and we get to refresh this forge down here. All right, if we have to. The builder of the monument gains 1 priest for each controlled region with a temple. I don't have a controlled region. This is why I didn't want to build a monument this early, but look, if he builds it, he gets the benefits. And I guess, yeah, he would because he might have a forge. You get to pick the runes for the forges you control. He doesn't have any, but I do. So I gain a rune. All right, so it is worth something. All right, gains 1 priest for each controlled region with a temple and picks up the runes from each forge they control. I control 1 forge. So I'm going to put that in my player board. There we go. Draw and resolve an event card. Let's do it. Boom. Okay, let's resolve this. Place the monster matching this right here, and we're going to place it on number 5. So that would be Hattie and Skull, as that is the monster that is first in line, but Hattie and Skull has already been placed. So the second one underneath it is Draugr. So let me show you Draugr. This is Draugr. You can see he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 health slots, 5 attack slots, and his artifact card, Blood of Undead. So if we defeat him, or the AI opponent, the follower, use in battle when applying casualties to your armies. You haven't seen that yet. Ignore all casualties, both from played combat cards and losing battle. That's pretty impressive. So what that means is, if I get in combat with my army down here, and I battle against another player, this is the casualty. That means after the battle, even if I win or lose, I have to reduce one of my armies by the number of casualty icons on my combat cards, in this case 1. This would prevent that. When you use it, you turn it sideways. You don't get to refresh it again until you build anybody builds a monument. Everybody gets to refresh it. All right. Where do we place him, folks? We place him on number 5. Pretty close to Beowulf there, and Beowulf is the monster slayer. All right, now I have to activate these 2 monsters and the boss. Oh, gravy Davis. Do I have any monsters on the board? Yes, this is the troll. So I have to activate the troll. What are we going to do? We're going to roll the dice because I don't control the troll. So we're going to use the dice to decide. And we would do this if the follower controlled any monsters as well, but they don't yet. Okay, move or do the region attack, the attack region. I get to pick, fortunately. So the troll is here in area 14, in region 14, in this wintry landscape. And there is nobody in this wintry landscape. So instead, I get to move him. And I'm going to move him any direction I want. Do I want to move him closer to me? Or do I want to move him closer so that he can do damage to their armies? I think I would rather do that. So I'm going to move the troll down there. I hope I didn't make a bad decision. And that's it. Activated. All right, next one is going to be the Y, which we don't actually have one out. So we don't have to activate that. Now we activate the boss. To activate the boss just means that we are going to move him. So we draw an event card and we move the boss to that location. Number 13, huh? Oh boy, where is Loki gonna go? Boom. Right there, which I don't love because my armies cannot enter any region with Loki. Now he's on my side of the board. I don't really want that, but we're gonna be okay. All right. Discard both of these. So I flip them upside down. You'll have room for a discard pile, don't you worry. All right. We're done. That's the end of my turn. Let's go back to the follower. Oh, Beowulf, Beowulf, Beowulf. What are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do? Okay. First, let's roll the dice and find out. If it's a 2, I'm going to be so glad that I built that monument. If it's not, it was unnecessary. Ha! Thank goodness I did it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Number 2. Here we are. Number 2 is prepare. That's the special action that Surtur's follower is going to take. But first of all, we have to send our priest. And our might is still only at 3. It is not more than 1 above. So we're going to place it on to Thor, which means might's going to go up by 1. Boom. All right. We can handle that. That's a lot of might, though. Now I get to pick a rune in a region with the hero or an adjacent one. He is, fortunately, not able to get that rune because I control the region and I was able to collect that rune. Let me make sure I did that correctly, actually. Picks up the runes from each forge they control. Yeah, I did it. Okay, so I did that right. Cool. Cool, that was nice. Place the follower's hero into the region indicated by the number on the card, which I'm just going to tell you is number 9. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Beowulf just landed. My armies are kind of like, oh no. We've got this legendary monster slayer over here. But fortunately, we can't attack him with our armies, and he can't attack us with his hero. He could usurp the area, which wouldn't be fun. Okay, but only if his authority was higher than the total population value or army value. In this case, 4. His authority is only at 2. Is only at 2, and it's a special action anyway. So, anyway, little aside there. Here we go. Let's do our rune action. Okay, he does have plenty of runes to use, and we are going to do this based on the rune actions here. So he has 3 runes available. He's going to start on the left and work his way to the right and pick the first 2 he can do, skipping the card with the dice on it. So first he's going to form an alliance. That's going to be with any adjacent realm or or region adjacent to a realm. He's already got an alliance with Alfheim. So the next would be, this is an adjacent region next to Vanaheim. So he's going to do that. He's going to place his marker on Vanaheim. He's not the first one there, so he doesn't get a combat card, and he discards 1 rune for that. Now he gets to upgrade an army, and let me see how many runes. I think that one takes 2 runes, and we have to check his priorities there. So let's see here. Rune actions. Upgrade an army. Increase the value of 1 army that is adjacent to the most regions that is not controlled by the follower. Okay, so we've got adjacent to 1, 2. Even though at the end of the game, desolation counts as control, from my understanding, during the game up to that point, control markers are the indicator if they have control, not the desolation token. Okay, let's see. So we're adjacent to 1, 2, 3, and adjacent to 1, 2. Okay, so this one is going to go up by 1, and it's going to cost 2 runes. Oh my goodness, stop. Stay over there, Ragnar. Okay, good job. Let's discard the 2 runes. So Beowulf is now out of runes, but he did get to use both of his rune actions. So he's kind of on fire right now. Oh boy. Maneuvers. Can we invade? Army value of 2, army value of 2. Cannot invade any of these areas because he also doesn't have any blessings. Blessings always add 1 to whatever army to whatever army or population value is there. So if I had a blessing, this is an army of 2, I would add 1 to that. It would be 3 for each blessing or artifact card. Since the follower doesn't use the special abilities, that's kind of the makeup of it. That doesn't apply to me because I can use the blessing and artifact card abilities. So we have no choice but to upgrade an army based on his preferences. And his preferences is a player-controlled territory, preferably with whichever one has the lower population value, and then preferably with a temple. So the one closest to me is this one, and that's it. We don't really need to go any further than that. Yeah, so there we go. There's a 3, so he can advance. Special actions is going to be, what did I say it was? It's prepare. That's what's on the card. So here we go. Prepare Niflheim. Does anyone have an alliance? No, nobody does. To prepare, we did this before. Beowulf draws runes up to his wisdom. So that's 3, 2, and 3. And if I got any of these rolls wrong, please do let me know in the comments. I want to get this correct, and I'll have a comment. Usually the pinned comment is going to feature something, so I put the corrections in the comments for the video, and if there's not another pinned comment, if I can fit it in the pinned comment, I'll put it all in there, but definitely in the description. That's what it is, in the description section. And I draw 2 combat cards up to my cap of 8, and Beowulf only has 3 right now, so now he has 5. He is gearing up and ready to slay a monster. That's what he's doing. Kind of scary. All right, resolve the bonus. We don't have a bonus, fortunately, on this card, and we see this is removed from the game. So there we go. Of course, what that means is you have, once you remove the cards that can be removed from the game, the ones that get recycled make it harder and harder. So the game cannot obviously go forever. Okay, Beowulf, you're done. It's time for Ragnar. What are we going to do? I think this is a good time to pause. If you want to support my channel, that means so much to me. You can in several different ways. Easiest way is free. If you enjoy this, please subscribe so that you can keep coming back and you can get notified. If you want to get notified, hit the bell. Some people find that annoying and unsubscribe because they don't want it. So if you don't want to be notified, don't hit the bell. I generally upload once a week. That's what I shoot for. Sometimes I have to do more than once a week. Sometimes every now and then I have to take a little break. No big deal. Hit subscribe, like if you like this video. If you want to support monetarily, that's awesome. I appreciate that. There's a way to benefit yourself and my local game store, so I'll put it in the pinned comment, the comment at the top, as well as in the description. A link, all you have to do is click it. It is tailored for this moment. It's tailored for this channel. Right at this moment, it is tailored to feature Awakened Realms series stuff. So card sleeves for these games, you can get Lords of Ragnarok, you can get the expansions, all the other Awakened Realms stuff that I'm featuring. You can get it for 10% off, and if you're in the continental US, free shipping. So that makes it a great competitor with Amazon. You support me. I do get a portion, a percentage of it, just basically towards supplying games. So that I can keep, that's the only way actually that I'm able to feature this, is because y'all are doing that, and I appreciate it. So that's that. Let's go back to my turn. All right, Ragnar. I need my player turn guide. Oh, okay. Here we go. Send a priest. I really want to get a priest. Please let me build a temple. Rune forging. Pick a rune. Gladly. My hero is right here. And guess what? I now have... Let me show you. Oh, no, break my heart and call me fancy. Break my heart and call... Oh, no, that's right. I forgot to do something. When I built the monument last time, oh no, never mind. I thought when I built the monument I would go up in wisdom. That is not the case. So my wisdom is only at 2, which means I cannot pick that rune because my wisdom is only at 2. I need a priest so I can place out a monument and start going up. But I can only do that if I build a temple. Drive me crazy. Is there any way that I can build a temple? I believe I have to control a region to build the temple, and I should be able to do that. I'm going to be able to build a temple here. I can move my army here, gain this population, which I don't know how I didn't have it before. That makes no sense because, well, whatever it was, I didn't have it. So I'm going to come back here. I will have control of this region, and then I'll build a temple, gain a priest. Next time I can up my wisdom. But that's not what's going on. Okay, heal the hero, move him, or move the Drakkar. I don't need to move. My army is moving here, so. And I'm not about to go into battle yet. And I don't really want to move because I want to be able to rune forge next time. And I can make an alliance. Oh, you know what I could do? I can rune forge and scrap one of the runes I have. So I'm going to do that. Except it's a waste. It's a waste because I can't draw a combat card because I'm at my max because of my wisdom. What I can do is I can place a rune and scrap one of these others that I cannot use. The one that I know I cannot use anytime soon is this one. It's little YB. So here we go. We'll do that just in case. All right, so we did. But if I do that, I'm not ready to do it yet. I'm not. I'm not ready to do it yet. So here's the question. Do I have to pick a rune with a player's hero? Am I forced to do that and scrap one of mine? Or can I leave it there? Can I just choose not to do that? I might be breaking the rule here, but I'm going to choose not to because I don't know otherwise. And if it doesn't say not to do that, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to leave that right there. Okay, choose my rune action. I can do that. Where are you? Where are you, rune action? So I've got 2 runes. I can increase the value of an army. I can spend 2 runes to do this. I can activate a neutral or controlled monster. And I don't have to be in the same region. So I could do that to actually cause some damage to their army. I can move my hero or draw one. So draw 1 combat card, useless, because I'm at my max. I could form an alliance here. I don't want to do that yet. For 1 rune, activate the boss ability, which just means move him. I don't need to yet. Or take control of a monster in a region with my hero. I'm not with one. So here's what I can do. I can increase the value of one of my armies by 1, very valuable. Or I can activate a neutral monster and possibly cause harm to one of his armies. But it's a random chance. I don't want to do that, so I'm going to spend 2 runes. I'm going to spend both of them in order to increase an army's value by 1. So let's do it. I can increase you to a 4 or increase this to a 2. I think this is what I'm going to do. It's a little risky and maybe even foolish. So my Drakkar is in this sea. I almost need it to be in a different sea. No, yes, that's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to increase you to 4. There we go. So I can move him here and build a temple. All right, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Oh, man. All right, come on, come on. Here we go. Player turn. I should have this memorized, but I just can't seem to do it. Okay, maneuvers. Activate one army. So, all right. To activate one army is going to be to move. Boom. And I match that population value, so I now have control of this region. Boom. Army of 4, population of 4. There's a shrine. So I'm going to do the temple, build a temple special action. So Jotunheim, nobody has an alliance with Jotunheim, so nothing happens there. And let's make sure, I'm pretty sure this one's pretty simple when we get to this special action. Building a temple, build a temple in your controlled region with a shrine and without a temple and gain 1 priest. So I finally gained the priest. Where are you at? There you are. I get 1 priest and I get to place him in my player board. Thank goodness. I actually have one, and I get to place a temple. The very first one. So we start at the top where the arrow is. Boom. I'm pretty sure we start at number 1. Yes. And then we work our way over. Pretty sure. So there's number 1. I have 1 temple and control the region. When we place the next one, we get to do a blessing draft, which benefits the AI opponent as much as me. Whatever. That's it. I think we can keep going. I think this video is fine. Let's keep going. Surtur's turn. The follower's turn. Prayer. Send a priest. Beowulf doesn't have a priest. All right. Pick a rune in a region with a hero or adjacent. So, nope. Good. No runes for you. I like that. So remember what he has to do. Oh no, this is going to be rune actions. Rune action, he has, oh man, he has 3 runes because he did the prepare action. So let's find out what he's going to do. By doing what we forgot to do last time, which is move the card to the left, flip a new one. I should have paid, ooh, monsters. Dangerous. But we're still okay. He's not at risk of building a monument piece left. The reason I don't want him building the monument is then he gets the benefits. So if we're going to be forced to build a monument, I'm going to pick the one and I'm going to take the benefits. So let's roll the dice and find out what we're at. 1. Okay, reinforce. Number 1. So we're going to do our rune actions, which means we start from left to right, skipping any card with the dice. Control a monster. All right, let's see if he can control a monster. He's got enough runes for it. Let's find out. Follower rune actions. Control the monster is going to be 1. Oh boy, only 1 rune. All right, let's discard that 1 rune. Take control of a monster. Take control over any uncontrolled monster that is at or adjacent to its hero's location. No, nobody is at or adjacent. If it cannot take control of a monster, no monster in its region, or an adjacent one, and it has no monsters under its control, both are true, ignore the region requirement. Okay, so then he's just going to take control of a monster, and I know that he will have a priority. I'm assuming I would follow, I'm not going to check the instructions for this. It would follow his preferences, which would be closest to me, and then if I can't do anything by that, then it would be clockwise order in Yggdrasil, starting from Muspelheim, which would mean the first monster going clockwise is a little rough. A little rough with these. I'm just going to keep it simple. We're just going to do this one. Okay. I'm sure if I check the rulebook, there is a more specific, but I'm not doing that to me or to you all. We're going to be fine. So we take this. Boom. He now has control of this monster. He can still fight it if he wants. At least from what I know. Okay, he gets to do another rune action, and the next one, I'm not going to pull it up, is upgrade an army, which takes 2 runes. That's his remaining runes, so he can do it. There we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Upgrade. And what's he going to do? Increase the value of one. Oh, yeah, we've already looked at that. So the one that's going to be closest and the most threat to me because of his priority. If you have a different one, it might be different. All right, so a different hero, then you might have different priorities. Number 4. There we go. So we've got an army of 4 and an army of 2. He has a total army value of 6. I only have 5. I don't like this. But hey, that's life. And man, he's going to do reinforce as well. Anyway, that's his rune actions. So next, I'm pretty sure I've got this memorized now, comes maneuvers. All right, maneuvers is going to be, can they take over a region? Absolutely. 2, 4, we can go right here. Army of 4, population 3, here you go. Boom. So he still doesn't control a complete land. He controls 3 regions, but not a complete land. If he takes over this, then he has 1 land completely taken over. I want to stop that from happening because I don't, and he's strong enough to do it. So basically, the next turn, that's probably where he's going, is right there. And I don't want that because that's going to take us closer to Ragnarok. So I want to come over and like take over one of these just for the thrill of it. But I need an army to do that. I'm in trouble, and I'm scared. All right. Whatever. Okay, special action is reinforce. Here we go. This is his first time doing reinforce, so I will walk you through that. Alfheim. Is anybody in Alfheim? Only him, of course. Bummer. So he's going to get a combat card or a rune, whichever he's lower on. He has 5 combat cards, no runes. So he gets a random rune placed on his player board. Cool. Now we get to do reinforce. Since it's the first time, I'm going to make sure I do this right. Place an army on a settlement it controls. That's so easy. Okay. And the army's going to start at his authority value of 2. And he controls 1 settlement and 2 settlements. He's going to place it in the one in his priority order closest to me. So there we go. We've got an army of 6. Oh man, he is getting brutal. Jarl is going to be harder for me to accomplish. I do believe it's possible if I just get more armies. I need to do more reinforce. I need to do reinforce, which means I really should make an alliance here in Alfheim. That's what I should have done. But hey, that's life. Okay. Yeah, special action done. Now we resolve. We've got this right here. We're going to go ahead and scrap it. It's the X. No special ability, thank goodness. And we will now slide all of these to the left and flip this. Eek! 2 monster possibilities. That is risky because he's already taken his prepare action. So basically, the next time he does monster, the following turn, I need to build a monument again this fast, and we're already going to have a Ragnarok requisite completed. 1 of 3. All right, my turn. I wonder if I can do this without the cheat card. Let's try it, and you tell me if I got this wrong. Okay. Ragnar sees some pretty serious pressures going on now. I get to place my priest. Where am I placing the priest? Well, actually, I should place on wisdom because I'll gain a special benefit of 1 rune. But if I place it on authority and then place an army, then I could actually start with an army of 3 instead of an army of 2. But you know what? I started this. Let's continue with it. I'm going to place it on Freya. I get to raise my wisdom by 1, and I get to gain a rune of my choice. I'm going to get a Niflheim rune, so The next rune that I might want is the battle's going to be happening. The battle is coming. Um, Maybe I want to go toward Jotunheim. I could, or, boy, this is tough. You know what? I'm just going to get what might possibly be useful, which is maybe the troll or I'm going to say Jotunheim. I think one, two. I think I want to go there, actually. Whatever. I'm just going to take this one and we'll see what happens. I can't take all the time in the world. Good. Good. I did that. I placed my priest very first time. Now I get to go rune forging, and I have the space. Thank goodness. So there we go. I have 2 runes. Now I get to do a rune action. I can make an alliance with Niflheim and gain a combat card, which is what I think I should do. The other option would be to spend 2 to increase an army, which I should probably do that instead, actually. As nice as it would be to do this, to do Niflheim while I'm here, I feel like I should increase this army by 1 right here, or increase this army by 1, move the Drakkar, and then move this army right here. Boom, take control of that region. That's what I think I should do. And hopefully he doesn't get monster next time and I can do a reinforce action next time. This is scary. What do I do, guys? What do I do? It's stupid. I feel like it's stupid, but I'm gonna spend 2. I'm gonna spend both runes to make sure I spent that right. I want to make sure I did the right spend. 2, increase the value of one of their armies by 1. Yeah. And that's what I'm gonna do. And believe it or not, I'm gonna take this 4 to a 5. Even though this is only at 1, I know, trust me. I know. But here we are. Okay. Now I get to move my hero, heal my hero, or move the Drakkar. I'm going to move the Drakkar by up to 2 seas. So we're going to sail around, and we're actually going to come to this sea, which connects all of this. So just to kind of symbolize the long journey, the Drakkar comes over. Well, you know what? He's going to come right here, because now that I've done the hero action, I get to do my, whatever it's called, mobilize, something like that. Action with my armies. My army is going to move by Drakkar from here to here. Number 5, population of 5. Awesome. I gain control of this region, which means when I build a monument, I'm going to get 2 runes, as long as he doesn't take over one of these, which I really don't want to happen. I'm scared of that happening. But that's my whatever, mobilize or something like that. I forget what it's called. Now I get to do my special action. And I should do mobilize, lets me mobilize my armies, but I almost think that I should, if I do that, that's good. That will give me a rune because it will activate Vanaheim. So I can mobilize, which is going to let me move an army or increase its value. Or I can do reinforce. And I believe reinforce lets me place an army and activate all others. Let me double check. About that. Reinforce. Place a new army with a value equal to your authority in any region adjacent to the sea with your Drakkar. Okay, so I can place an army or I can activate my 2 armies. I feel that I should place an army. Why is this here? What did I knock out? You go Where do you go? What? I guess it doesn't go anywhere. It was just hanging out. Okay. Oh boy. Or I can mobilize. Or I can usurp, which would mean I would need to get my hero over to a spot with a 2, and I could usurp. Because I really need to... I probably need to... see, I can't go through there. So, 1, 2, 3. I'm not going to make it there in time. I'm not going to make it there in time unless I use my usurp action, which would require one. It would require 2 turns to be able to get there, just to get my hero there. Unless I spend a rune to go poof, and then I can usurp and take over that section, because that's a population value of 1. Oh, no, it's not, because if I go against the AI opponent and they defend, I know if I'm attacking, then the armies that are adjacent actually come over. Ooh. So I wouldn't be able to use... I'm pretty sure that applies to usurp. I don't remember if it's only in battle or if it's in usurp, but I think it's with usurp, and I'm just going to assume that that's the case. That's only when you're going against the AI opponent. Going against other players, that is not the case. I just need to make a decision. Or I can activate a monster. I don't control one, so it's going to be random. That's not worth it. I could build it. Do I have any other temples that I control? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't control any other temples. So here we go. Let's do reinforce. And I don't love that this helps him. But I'm going to get the most out of mobilize if I reinforce first. So I place an army of 2 into any settlement adjacent to my Drakkar that I control, which is only this one, and that's the only one. So there is reinforce. Oh, boy. Boy, oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's that. That's my special action. Let's double check my player turn and see if I missed anything. Sending a priest. I moved the hero. Rune action. I did it all right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a good pausing point, okay? This is a good pausing point. I'll be right back in the next video with possibly the conclusion of this battle. Are we going to fall before Ragnarok? Or are we going to gain Great Jarl? Or is Beowulf going to slay Loki and take over this land of Midgard? I love you all. I'll see you next time.